I struggle with that. I struggle with that because I struggle with the identity, the male role in sex and in initiating sex. Because it's like I struggle with, like, am I supposed to be the one to make this happen?
No.
She's here for it.
Right.
She's here for it. But am I the one who's supposed to, you know?
Every dude I know struggles with that because they be like,
Yes.
for once, I would just like to be minding my business. And like you said, the spontaneous, nigga, you on the game, you be like, oh, is this happening?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother. Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother.
all right. Still calm, guys. Still calm.
Yeah. From last week.
Still calm.
Got hit last week.
Every day, man. That's what we do, baby. I noticed, you know what I noticed though, honestly? I mean, I told you guys this, but like, when stuff at home is like good, and I don't mean like, not everything's good. I mean like, everything's clicking on all cylinders and everything. Nigga, I am so fucking relaxed.
Yeah, you don't think about any outside things. You don't get distracted by any outside influences, especially if it's like, even like when I'm on, even if I'm like online or whatever the case may be, I'm just like, I'm good. I'm happy.
Like when it's good, like mentally, physically, when everything's just, and I didn't even know that I just discovered this a couple days ago. I didn't even realize that like when everything is great, I don't care about shit.
Nothing.
Like, and like, as much as we talk about this industry and like distractions or whatever, like you said, when everything's golden, it could be the baddest slide in my DMs. I'd be like, what do you want?
Yeah, why are you doing this?
Like,
or I can literally just ignore you. Yeah. But
yeah, right. I just don't. There's not even a like, even the window shopping, the double. I just don't care. Like I just don't. I'd be like,
I kind of stopped double tapping in general in a sense because it's just like, what does it do? Like a lot of times, if you're gonna double tap on a girl,
I definitely don't. I'll be looking. I don't show them that I'm looking.
Yeah, they have a lot of followers, but not even just that. Nowadays, how the likes are set up, they can't even see your like. Most likely, they can't go through and see all the likes like that. So it's just like, why like it? What's the point of liking it? You can just look at it. Because if you like it, it's just like, I remember a girl says like, why are you liking it for? Are you trying to get their attention? I'm just like, at the time when that was said to me, I was like, yeah, it was.
I like stuff just because it's funny or it's. I like stuff when I feel like this deserves a like. Like, so if it's funny, if the food is popping, if she.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm talking about half nakedness.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I'm just saying in general, the whole app, the whole point of the app, because I saw somebody said this recently in a discussion in the comments. Basically, this girl, I don't know who she was, probably some rapper or something. I don't know who the fuck she was. But she was saying, like, she's from a generation where, like, if she see her dude liking stuff, she'd be like, you must like her. Like, that's like.
Oh, anything on her page.
Yeah, it's like the same. It's not the same as cheating, but like other girls in there, like, the whole point of these apps is to like shit.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck what he liking on there. I don't care what, like.
Yeah.
And then others was like, no, because girls will take a screenshot and send it to you. And I'm like, see, a lot of this stuff comes from optics, man.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to women, like how they look to their friends. And how they look. Like, and I guess guys, too. Guys care about, like how we talking about, you going to walk out with an ugly girl in public or whatever. Like, motherfuckers be caring so much about what other people think, it is now affecting your relationship on shit that you probably wouldn't even trip off of. But if your girl is taking a screenshot, like, look at your man, now you got to act up.
Let me ask you this then: if a lady that you was with, or your lady now, whatever, it's every time a dude is half naked, showing a print, shirt off, and she's double tapping all those pictures, and dude be saying, "Hey, bro, your girl," and you're gonna be like, "It's not a big deal to you." Or you're gonna be like, "All right, this is excessive right here."
Honestly, I'd be why are y'all watching her like this?
Well, if she's like liking 90 pictures, it's gonna show up. Like, this girl like all these pictures, it's gonna show up.
But I'm just saying, if people...
I'm saying the guy that she's double tapping, not like a random guy, not like a guy that you don't know, or the picture that is not of. He's screenshotting and be like, "Hey, your girl double tapped this guy's picture." Not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the guy that she double tapped on.
He hit me up?
Like, bro, your girl, she's
That'd be weird.
She's doing a lot.
That'd be hella weird. On both of their parts. That'd be so.
Well, women do that. Women will be like, "Yo, if a dude women are very investigative from what I've known. Let's say you went on a girl's page and you like 25 pictures. So now
that's just a problem. That's ridiculous.
That's what dudes used to do back in the day. People, not even just dudes. People used to do that back in the day to get attention.
Still do that?
Yeah.
But when I said I meant like you see one, okay, fine. When you're going, yes, you're trying to get attention at that point. One picture, fine.
That's different, yeah.
20 pictures, yes, you're like, hello, I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't even like a picture. I only like, I need a whole presentation. I'm only liking videos. I'm not liking no goddamn photographs. I need a whole video of you showing your skill.
Yeah.
I like watching girls dance. Not like even freaky, but just like,
like TikTok dances?
No, like
seductive.
any kind of dances. Like
so TikTok dances, nigga just
not like that, more seductive, more like
seductive
sultry.
stuff.
Yeah, like but like with a Latin feel or any kind of feel. Just like, oh shit, she got watching the hips and shit.
So you was all over the silhouette challenge. You was all over that.
Oh no, I gotta hold on. I gotta look that up. The silhouette challenge.
Oh, you don't remember that?
You remember that? Oh, that was crazy for a minute.
That was popping.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Then they got funny, and the funny ones had me dying.
Yeah.
Everything gets funny though. Like the internet remains undefeated.
Oh, right now they have another challenge right now. It's like I don't even gotta walk in with my tool out.
Bruh, did you see Desi's?
No, I didn't see it.
So it's like I ain't gotta walk with my tool out. In the song, there's a clap, so all the women are
clapping their cheeks.
Yeah. But Desi did the male version. So you only can see him from the waist up, but he just turns his hip and it's like clap, clap, clap.
That's funny.
And I'm sure women are being driven crazy with stuff like that too. So it's just like, but there's also like a fake. They're doing a fake challenge where you just play the sound and you record yourself, and then you record your girl like she's probably looking away, so you play the song and she turns around looking at the camera. Like a lot of women going up to see what you're looking at. Like, nigga, you caught me. But it's like, yeah, since you like dance challenges or whatever like that. Look up that one. That one is like the one where
a lot of cakes.
A lot of people going wild. Yeah,
a lot of cakes.
To me, it's funny. I feel like after a few days, I was like, all right, I'm sick of this shit,
bro.
I was just like, when I hear something, like I'm out of here. Even if it's cheeks, I'd be like, I'm sick of this.
All those challenges, I got a 24-hour.
I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah,
shit get old to me so fast, and I don't know if it's because we're in this and people. Either one, send us a lot of stuff because they want us to do a video on it or whatever, or if it's just like, for me, I'm just like, when it comes to topical shit, I don't have a long, like, I was over Will and Chris, nigga, in a day. I was
the same day.
That is ain't enough. Like,
when it happened, I was shocked, and then we were trying to discover it was real or not, and then once I realized it was real, I was just like, I don't care anymore.
I don't care.
I was done with it.
And again, I don't know if it's because everybody I know is like comedians, so I see the same topics being circulated and jokes and memes being shit, but I'll be done quick. Like, all right, guys, it's hacky.
Yeah.
But I realize, I guess the masses are still like my dad be sending me viral videos. I'm like, Dad, I seen this 2 weeks ago, bro. Like, this is what I do. Like, it was so funny. I'm like, yeah, you just now saw. I like, nigga, I'm on it.
My
like,
dad, I literally called my dad like, how you doing, Dad? He was like, yeah, whatever, nigga. You see Will Smack go, Chris?
That's what took me out. My dad didn't call me, but my mom sent me a text message the morning of. Was like, did you see? Was basically like, did you see Will Smith slap Chris Rock because he talked about his wife's bald head? That's what she said. And my mother never texts, by the way. And I was like, Ma, you hella messy. I thought you were supposed to stay out of grown folks' business.
My dad is, he gets all like invested in it. Me and my brother be like, nigga, why are you so passionate about this shit? Like, he gets invested. Like, see, Will. Nigga, I wish you would have been. And it, like, Will's a pussy ass. It's like, why are you here? Like,
you know what's
why
funny? I did the same thing.
Are you
maybe it's
here?
the old school black dad thing. He kind of was going like, well, Jada, man, she also, you know.
My dad go like any story that breaks. I'm like, Dad, do you know any of these people?
Yeah.
Because the passion you have behind it does not match your relationship with anything on TV. Like, whether it's a round table NBA talk, like, you go all the way in, and then you get to name call like I think he might have called every single athlete or entertainer a bitch or a pussy at one point. And it's like, why?
I think you know what it is too. The reason why I don't care anymore, but it's stuff like that. And we kind of veering off topic a little bit, but it's like for me, I just like I know a lot of stuff is for the camera now, or for like likes, or for like clickbait or whatever the case may be, or trolling. So for me now, like when I see stuff, I'm kind of like a little bit desensitized too. Playing was popping.
Well, the plane went that way. This is a
playing right
Oh, this one. One of them private joints. Should be loud.
there. That's Franklin right there. I'm gonna take this flight, go get that,
Riding
Yeah.
around with old girl.
pick the package up.
Yeah. Business. So you say you desensitized to the...
Yeah, I'm kind of desensitized to a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff that I see online. That's why I don't respond or like, even when it comes to some of that's messed up, but even some of the tragic stuff, not that I'm desensitized to it, but it's like I'm always going to go back to like, yo, y'all don't support black people enough for me to be just jumping on another thing like that. So I'm going to keep just doing what I do for our people, supporting and, you know, trying to, you know, even like buy stuff from our people first. But I just can't jump on it every time something happens. Like, well, you got to support. I'm like, yeah, I support, but I don't got to change my whole page to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't jump on those trends. I feel like a lot of it's trendy too, because people don't really care.
No, it's
Most people don't
pressure,
care,
social
dog.
pressure.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about anything.
They don't be caring.
But
Yeah, I don't get it.
I can't figure out a way to segue into what we were talking about before.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
What were we talking about? I don't even remember.
Well, we were talking about you just like not teaching and sometimes just want to
having a freak or not,
having a freak versus
dating somebody that's either new
Oh,
or not open.
Yeah.
To sex.
I feel like a lot of people deal with that though. Like, just like, do you want? First of all, I think anybody who wants a virgin is a goddamn liar.
At this age, yes.
Like, you're ain't nobody got time for that shit.
At a younger age, maybe.
I didn't even want it at a young age.
I did it at a young age. I wanted a girl that was like, I feel like it was like she's pure and
Nah, I didn't.
we get to learn from each other type thing.
I turned down all the virgin offers.
why?
At Deer Valley, I told them I knew I knew who I was. So I was like, listen, you'll never get this back. And I'm not the type of nigga that gonna lie to you and be like, you know, this matters. And so I say save it for somebody you're either with, dating. Make it special, because I'm not gonna care.
Yeah.
And so I never took a girl's virginity ever in my life.
Oh wow.
Ever.
Wow.
I was like,
My
I'm
first
not.
girlfriend, she wouldn't let me into her until like we weren't together. We were just like messing around, and she was a virgin at the time, and like we were like teetering on having sex. It was like close, but she would always be like, no. And then one night she was like, I can't have sex with someone who's not my boyfriend. And I was like, well, I guess I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm your fucking boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we dated for like 3 years.
Yeah,
I
couldn't, and that's I respected that. I was like, go find, because you're gonna remember this for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the guy I lost it to, and nigga, I did not want that to be me, because I don't give a fuck about none of this.
Well, I feel bad because I was nicknamed the virginity taker for like a few good years by my brother and
This guy over
and
here,
friends.
predator.
What was your approach?
It wasn't
Predator
a
Baker.
It wasn't a predator thing at all. I wasn't like looking for virgins. It was just like I wasn't going out like, where's the virgins at? It'll literally be a girl I'm talking to, and then she'd be like, I'm a virgin. I'm like, and I was in a sense like Keon. I was like, hey, like this is something that you can't get back. It was just like, well.
She's like, I don't need a man.
I didn't.
My virginity.
Well, my thing was I didn't keep going like Keon. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm telling you. I was just like, I mean, if you want to do this.
No, I would just tell him a hard no.
Yeah, but I would just be like, if you want to do this, I mean, at the end of the day, you're grown.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
No, because the way it sounds is like you're presenting like, no, I'm like headmaster of this level.
Yeah.
So if you go fuck me, you need some dick before you get to my dick.
Yeah.
Well, then it was just on some empathetic.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do that.
But yeah, my thing was like, you're grown at the end of the day. You're an adult. So if you want to make this decision to if you want to lose it to me, that's your decision. It's like, I'm here if you're trying to, but I'm like, but that was when I was like 19, 20, maybe 21. But it reminds me of the Patricio Neal who kind of like bit when he's kind of talking about how like, I don't want no virgin. Ew. Like, I don't want to have to, like you said, you're talking about having to teach you something like, and for the age that he was at, probably saying this, I get it. Like the age that I'm at now, if I was single and a girl was like, I'm a virgin, I'm like, well, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. Like, I don't have time to be patient with you. And like I said, I want a dog out slut in the bedroom.
It's also interesting that to have that, like that dogged out slut in the bedroom is like nothing's new to her. So you're not the nigga introducing anything new to her.
Well,
she's done everything.
Well, here's the thing. I think this is where the discussion kind of gets. I know for me, it's funny. My mentality switched. When I was younger, I wanted a girl that had the least amount of sex, or like if she was a virgin. And I was like, when the girl, at least when it comes to wifing her, right? And when it came to like wifing a girl, I was like, yo, she's been out there and she's nasty. I'm like, let's say I mess with her, I'm like, yo, she sucked my dick way too good. There's no way I'm wifing this girl. She's been around too much. She's done too much. Like you said, what can I teach her, right?
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I was younger. The age that I'm at now, I'm just like, yo, it's literally flipped. It's like, I want you to be just disgusting, even if it's out the gate. Like when I was starting messing with girls at a certain time, when I got in my later 20s, and she was disgusting out the gate, I was just like, I like this. Like I don't want to have to show you, but like now you have to kind of like with anybody, even with women too. It's like you have to get them to give you head the way you want it. Like so, she's going to give you head the way she gave the last guy head. And then that might be good. You might I gotta alter something. I'll be like, all right, I don't like this done. I don't like that done, but I like this done. So like alter this a little bit, then it's yours. But
now this is my head. This is how I like my head.
Yeah, because most of the time it's like if you get head from girls like this is fire, but it's just like she can change a few things. And I'm sure it's the same thing when you give it her head. She's kind of like, this is good, but I like this done a little bit.
And for me, head has always just been about passion to me. It's just the passion and the wanting to be
there. Yeah,
just
absolutely.
wanting to be there.
Absolutely.
I don't think, ladies, whatever camera.
Camera 2.
It's not. Granted, there are some girls who their skill set is just different.
Yeah.
Right, but for the most part, the ones who are good, they just like doing it.
Yeah.
The ones for those of you who do it because you feel obligated or it's a job, just leave that shit to yourself. It's fucking trash. I'm telling you right now, it's trash.
It's
trash.
What I've told people before is what has been kind of reiterated to me from a girl or at some point was just like there's something empowering about having a man's penis,
most vulnerable part of his body.
Most vulnerable part of his body.
Absolutely.
Like in your control, and you can do whatever you want with it.
And some girls get off on the I can make him squirm, I can make him
exactly
all that shit. Yeah. But like, if that's not if you do oral and it's not your passion, I'm good.
Well, I would say this. I wouldn't necessarily say. Well, I'll say for the women that feel that way, if you're going to get into a relationship, majority of men enjoy that, right? Don't look at it as. I feel like look at it as pleasing your partner. Right, it goes both ways. The same thing as if your guy didn't like giving you head. It's just like it's not about you at this point. If your partner says they really, really enjoy this particular thing, I say dig deep. Like an athlete, it's like dig deep, man. I don't like doing this particular thing. I don't like shooting jump shots or free throws. But if I want to be a good free throw shooter at some point, or if the game's on the line, I got to do this. So it's like if you're a woman and you're like not necessarily super into it, but you understand you're about to get into a relationship with a guy that likes that. Express that you don't do that as much, but like also I would say work on it. Like be like, yo, at the end of the day, let me find some type of enjoyment because he's having fun when I do this to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some of that is about insecurity too. They don't think they're good at it. Therefore, I don't want to do it because I'm in my head about it.
Yeah, but
because I don't know.
That's fair.
If you like this or whatever.
Well,
but the only way you get better. By practice.
And be open. Be open. Don't be afraid to take instructions. You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about this in the car that, like, it's not. One time in college, I has never. I was like, this does not happen. But like a girl, I was at a party and a girl was like, I want your dick in my mouth. Girl, and I was like, what? And me and Keenan were talking about. I was like, that just doesn't happen enough.
True.
You know, like even within your own like relationships or whatever, just like
right.
Why would if you know how and you know how peaceful and tranquil this experience will create for the space, for the just the house.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you just wake up one morning and just put his dick in your mouth?
Yeah, just
suck his dick. Just wake up to it.
Yeah, but all right, cool. You know what? I know what's going to make this day go by great. And I know if I do this, especially if I do this for this guy, it's not going to take you a whole bunch of effort. And then two, he going to be like, if you do that to a guy randomly, even just every once in a while, he will give you the freaking world.
Just random.
So you're talking about the random, the
randomness of just just
absolutely
sucking his dick, just
like
randomly. No precursor, no build up.
I think a lot of dudes, we get in relationships and like you're not like, okay, so the saying is dudes get tired of the same pussy or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's true. I think dudes get tired of the routine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. Women get in relationships and get very comfortable.
Yeah, they get lazy.
And men do too.
Yeah, both get lazy. To be
So people
honest.
get lazy and they get comfortable, and so you're not missing all these bitches. You're missing what was happening when I was meeting the enthusiasm, like that's what happens. It's not the, I just want some new pussy. I want the feeling of that chase. I want the feeling of being chased too. I want the feeling of some girl for no reason being like, I need your dick in my mouth.
Right.
It ain't, I want that girl. I want that feeling.
Bro, you know what's funny? That is, to me, that is 100% accurate. And I think that will be probably accurate with a lot of dudes. Because I think that's very rarely put. It's very rarely put that way. It's more like, nah, man, ain't no pussy better than new pussy. And I was like, for the most part, if, like you say, if your partner, if your lady is like, when you come home, she's just like, yo, or you walk into the room and then your girl just bent over ass naked, and when you walk into the room, you be like,
right.
You be like,
oh,
yeah, you be like, yo,
that.
Like you said, the excitement of,
it's like,
right.
oh shit. Yeah.
because when you were out there in the single streets, or even when you might have been dating your partner when y'all first started messing around, those things happen a lot of times.
Right.
It's like you'll come over and she had no panties on, or she might come over to your crib and she just got a long shirt on. You just like, yo, you with it today.
Yeah.
So it's like now when people get into relationships, a lot of that stuff disappears because, like you said, the laziness, just like, I'm tired, my back, and it's just like, yo, me too, my nigga. But like, do you understand? If let's say we're not together anymore, you're going to most likely go back to that with a new nigga.
And that's the annoying part. It's like when the routine stuff, but you weren't that before. So how are you just magically that now?
Right, exactly.
Before, like, even when it comes to frequency, right? And granted, nigga, I know I'm a lot. Like, I'm not even disputing that, right?
Right.
But even when it comes to frequency, I remember a time, even though I don't even want to do that anymore.
Right.
But I remember a time, it was multiple times a day, every day, right?
Yep.
And then now, it's like once a day, which is, nigga, that's all I need. I don't need the 2, 3, 4, 5 times. But I remember, I remember her, nigga, don't you have to go to work? Fuck that job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember that passion.
Yeah.
And then it's like you go through spaces over time where that passion doesn't match. Granted, come to find out in conversations, it's so much shit going on in here that we have to deal with. That's the fucking problem.
I asked my girl, because I was like, dude, just thinking about like how much men think about sex, like, how do we get anything done? And I was like, and why aren't women just like soaring over men? I was like, what the fuck do women think about? Y'all don't think about sex as much as we fucking think about sex. So why can't y'all, like, you know what I mean? Like,
they're way down
with
a billion other things.
My girl's like, yeah, we're thinking about so many things.
It's
like, damn.
A whole bunch of nothing that they can even control.
A whole bunch
Stupid.
of nothing.
Order.
A bunch of nothing.
What?
You can't even control 90%
and then
of this.
because the fact that their mood affects everything.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it's just like that. It affects the sex. It affects the house. And I just be like, yo, like I told her every single day, I have no idea who I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Every day, is this gonna be a good day? And then it might start off good. Then you go to work, and then some bullshit happens there, and you bring that home. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, and then that, because of that mood, well, now it's just so much. I'm dealing with way too much with dealing with women. Every dude is just like, I'm dealing with all of this,
Well, yeah.
and it's like, why?
I think we do a way better job, and this is my personal opinion from what I've seen. We do a way better job of not bringing the outside world into our home space or into our woman, to where it's like, yo, it's going to affect the rest of the energy of the house. I know for me, like, whatever I'm going through, it's very rare that she can be like, yo, you're going through something because of work, or you're going through something because of some personal stuff. Unless something like a death happens, of course. Right. But it's just like, besides that, I could be having a shitty day, and I'm not going to bring that energy to you because you didn't warrant that. Whereas, like,
and that already fuck.
And I can't.
Gone.
And
I'm home now.
And I'm home,
Okay.
and I can't control it. So my home's supposed to be my safe and my heaven in a sense. So it's like when you come home and you come home with that same energy from like what happened to you at work, or because I'm just like, yo, you're messing. You could be messing us up, your home up,
right?
And it's like, you don't have to. Like, well, I know what my girl does pretty well now is like she'll just sit in the car first. She'll be like, she sits in the car, chills for a second, you know. She might, you know, light one up a little bit, and then she'll come into the house. It's like, that's fair. I do the same thing sometimes. I decompress in my car sometimes. I chill, might have a little conversation with myself, get on my phone, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to walk into the house. But I make sure I never, ever bring negative work energy because I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to come in there, let's say she's horny, and I come in there and it's just like,
kill the vibe.
You kill the vibe.
The whole vibe.
All something that she didn't even do. That's fucking whack to me. That's corny.
Like, there'd be times she'd be like, you didn't even seem like you were excited to see me. I'd be like, I was. And then
I saw the dishes in the sink.
I saw there were people in my house, or your mood was weird, and I just, for me, and I'm at the age and the point now where like, it ain't for me, it's not like sex by any means anymore. If I feel like you not 100% where you need to be, I don't want to do this shit.
I don't. Yeah. Yep.
So if you're not right, and if you're not in your right mental space, I don't want to do this shit.
I struggle with that. I struggle with that because I struggle with the identity, the male role in sex and in initiating sex. Because it's like I struggle with like, am I supposed to be the one to make this happen?
No.
She's here for it.
Right.
She's here for it. But am I the one who's supposed to?
No.
You know.
Every dude I know struggles with that because they be like,
Yes.
for once, I would just like to be minding my business. And like you said, the spontaneous, nigga, you on the game, you be like, oh, is this happening?
Yeah.
Like,
because at the end of the day, we've already had to do that when we were trying to court you,
right?
So we already had to initiate and have to, you know, play the game of like cat and mouse or like try to like, you know, whatever game you have to have sex with you. So now that we're together and or married, or I hear like you say from a lot of like married couples or people that live with each other, it's the same shit. The dude's kind of just like, yo, I don't feel desired. Like, there's never a time, like, a lot of dudes be like, yo, I don't like the fact that I have to always initiate sex.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then you enter into the space of like, okay, she'll do it.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
But does she want to do
like,
this?
So I was
she into
curious.
this?
I wanted to ask women, like, how often when you're propositioned with sex from your partner, are you like, fuck yes, let's do it, or are you just like, yeah, I'll do it?
Or
like, what's the percentage?
What's the percentage? And then like, are you just doing this now for me? Because I'm at a point now where I don't want doing it. I don't want sex doing it for me. I don't want that type of sex, because that type of sex is normally not that good.
But that's how it starts. Once you get into it, it's like, okay, now we're in it.
And that's the annoying part.
It's just the
like,
initiation.
I know once I see your facial expression. I see like, yeah, all right, but you didn't do shit to get here. Like, I did all this.
Yeah, I did
you know what I mean. And then now
it's exhausting.
Now we've had so many talks about it that she's so much better at it now. I'm like, just express yourself. So now if I'll be chilling, a random dick grab, I'm like, oh, you want to do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, the kids go to bed. It's 6. Go to bed, nigga.
I got such weird theories about women, dude. Like bizarre shit. I don't even know if I can say, but like, I experienced a loss, not like a death or anything, but like I took an L, and she was like trying to support me, like, but so in this time she was like super like touching and like rubbing my head and shit. I was like, I never get this. You do this now because I take an L?
I gotta be down. Yeah.
I'm now, bro. Like, oh, baby. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I gotta take some more L's in this bitch.
Wait.
This is the weird.
That's super interesting because no, go ahead, finish.
I'll say it because it's my mom. My mom probably won't watch this, but like, my mom was like really hard. My mom was like pretty tough, like a tough woman. But like when my stepdad had cancer and he was like withering away, like I've never seen my mother like that like level of nurturing and caring and like, but like wanting and like living off that energy. So a part of me was just like, let me just love watching niggas
weak.
Oh man. Dog. And that's or
it's a weird thing.
Well, you know what's funny?
Just to tap into their nurturing aspect of something that's strong.
Wow.
And the physical, like, you know,
Right.
presence of a man, but to see him weak.
Yeah.
And now you have to like nurse him back to life almost.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna bring up. I wonder sometimes.
That's
I wonder if because they're natural nurturers, right? I wonder if that some of that is our fault for always being so like, nigga, I'm good. Never letting them see, you know what I mean?
I'm weak I'm weak now.
Yeah.
I'm walking in the house today like, man,
I took another L, bro.
You gonna poke yourself in the eyes? Were you crying? The episode got really deep. And can you just hold me?
That shit gets them wet, bro. They love that shit.
I think, and because I just thought when you were talking about it, I just thought about like for me, I've been with her 10 years, and she said the birth of Keelan was the first time she seen me cry ever. And then Kendrick, I teared up, and I think it might be twice in 10 years of just any kind of, or even like stuff bothering or being down. Like, you know me, I'd be like, nigga, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she don't even get a chance, other than with the kids, she doesn't even get a chance to be like, is everything good? Because I'm like, nigga, I'm straight.
You gotta pull that out.
I might have to do it, bro.
I think the reason why we also don't do it because they do it so much. And if you have two people in the house always being that emotional, then the house is probably going to come across either weak or it's not going to be.
It's going to turn into a Drake album. It's
gonna be. But I think that's what it is because I know that's the same thing for me. It's just like I would love to be a lot more vulnerable in some cases, but I feel like sometimes it's just like, yo, I don't necessarily always. And don't get it twisted. I do have my vulnerable moments in my house for sure, but it's just like I would love to be vulnerable a lot more. But it's like I feel like I can't because it's just like, all right. You know, I can't. We both can't be this emotional.
Right.
We can't.
And even when I am vulnerable, I'm still like strong.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know that shit you said? That shit hurt my feelings inside. Nigga. That shit hurt me. Like I'm still tough with it though. That shit really broke me down. That shit really hurt me. I'm still gotta be tough with it though. But see, nigga, I'm crying, nigga.
I feel Keenan though, because like as a father and husband, I don't have time. I think I got kids who they're 4 and 6, so anything could make. They're all over the place emotionally. Then I got this other character that I live with that got 300,000 emotions. I don't have time for it.
300,000 friends.
Yeah, I don't.
Just stay over the house.
That is actually,
and they got 300,000 emotions too in your house.
That is cut way down, by the way. It's cut way down. After I expressed my utmost disgust for it.
And I hope every invite she just like, no, Keon said I can't.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But like, yeah, I don't have a space. I can't. Like you said, it's not gonna work like that. For me to be like, oh, but me.
Yeah.
Well,
because I always feel like if let's say she comes into the house, let's say my lady comes into the house first, expressing her vulnerability or emotion or whatever the case may be. And even if I'm already feeling emotional, I got to be like, well, it's not about me right now.
Yeah.
She came in, she kind of gave that energy first. And it's just like, I got to be strong for this. And just let her get that out. If she wants to cry, let her cry. I can't be like, oh, you know, I'm going through something too, so now I get to cry. It's just like, no, it's like, I got to either hold mine for the next day, or I might just have to let that shit ride and roll out with it by myself. And it's just like, that's how I've always looked at it since. It's just like, all right, low. She came out first with it. I gotta just eat it, and you know, I gotta be more here for her and make sure her energy's good and let her do whatever she has to do to get that out. Whether it's just talk, cry, you know, express herself, whatever the case may be. And you know, maybe if I feel like there's a space for me to let mines out, I will. But even sometimes I just be like, well, maybe I'll wait till tomorrow or some shit to do it.
You know what's funny for me? For me, it's like, even if she's not expressing it, I've like something's in there because it's nonstop. Yeah. It's nonstop. Yeah. So like, and that's where I just over this past weekend, I found a new joke trick for you guys too, by the way.
Speak on it.
You know what I mean? So so the wine incident that I told you guys about. So Keelan's at a game. She's late. I'm like, where are you? Oh, I had to get wine. I'm like, that's important right now. So after when we're leaving, I was like, she took, she set up her car. I was like, all right, we're on our way home. She was like, all right, I'll see you guys there. I was like, I mean, unless you got any more stops to make. Joking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was like, you got something on your mind? I was like, no, I said a joke. We already talked about it. Like, I'm good. And then she was like, we'll talk about it later. I'm like, here we go. So turns out she got so offended because she got pent up shit from soccer, which was months ago. And how she didn't feel like I supported her enough when she was coach. She was like, I did my sports obligation. Like, I coached this team and you didn't support. I was like, first of all, I told you not to do that. I told you I didn't want to coach. I told you we didn't have time for that shit. You decided to do it anyway. But I hear what you're saying. You feel like you did all that. So if you miss the first inning of his game, who gives a shit? You did practice, blah, blah. I said, fine, I understand, whatever. I said, now here's my issue. Had I not said this, you would have never said that. It would have just been another thing that you bottled up and then explode on that has nothing to do with nothing. And I'm like, why do you stop doing this? It's been 7 years, and you
She's
still,
all that time
you
thinking
still
about
stop.
that and
Just
not thinking about sex.
just say it.
Replace those thoughts with thoughts about sex. You ain't gotta worry about that shit. That shit will escape your mind.
I told her, I was like, I feel like I'm at a point now where, because she was like, well, I'm not going to nag you over. I said, what you think is nagging, I think is just expressing how you feel. And I don't be tripping. Like, because she said, well, you missed his swim. Right before the game, they had a swim assessment. And I had to go get the snacks for the game. And she was like, well, you missed the swim assessment. I was like, well, I was getting the snacks for the game.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
And then she goes, well, this is after, right? So then she goes, well, you could have got the snacks the day before. I was like, you're right. I was like, and I said, I didn't think the swim assessment was a big deal, but if it was to you and you would like me to go to that stuff, no problem.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I would. I was like, that's all you had to say.
I feel like you should have ended it at, you right.
But then, I was like, why couldn't you just tell me that? So you just told me, and I said, okay. Now, had I not pissed you off first, you would have never said that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well,
I don't want to nag. It's not nag. I said, you know what's annoying? This shit's annoying.
Yeah.
I was like, you harboring feelings and them exploding out of nowhere, this shit's fucking annoying. So I was like, since you can't do it, I'm going to start making you
Keon's
do
reliving this shit right now. I can see his energy.
Right.
I thought you fucked
But mind you, when I'm talking to her,
Right.
I'm, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. So the new thing, so after we were good, because we're going to his teammate's house. So I don't like bringing, when you walk in and the couple can tell, like, y'all been. So I said, is there anything else from maybe 6 months ago that you would like to express? Or maybe she's like, no, I'm good.
So fucked up,
So
bro.
she's giggling. So then, like, we go like another block or whatever. I was like, anything from 1978. Anything from 1978 that maybe she's like, I wasn't even born then. I was like, but it might be some things that you were harboring.
Your past life.
From a past
So I kept getting more ridiculous. So now every single day, I'd be like, look, I'm in a great space. Things are clicking. Is there anything from 1000 BC that you might want to tell me to get it off your chest now so we don't fight about it later?
Amazing.
And she's always like, no. So I've been doing that every day, and she's laughing every day. I'd be like, okay, we've gone a week with no issues. Is there anything from 2 weeks ago that you would like to? Yeah. So I just keep doing that because I'm like, stop holding shit because it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, in that.
But see, you don't understand how much shit it is, though.
I don't
Like,
until
there's
she
so
goes
much
level.
shit.
It's so layered. And then I'm like, and then what's happening is we'll be having a discussion about oranges. All your shit comes up. Now I feel like the discussions are stupid because you really want to talk about this, which you should have talked about. So that's why now I realize that's why our arguments are always all over the place because you got all this other shit going on.
Yeah.
You also got to understand it's probably hard for her too because you're so calculated and well, you have the ability sort of to articulate and deflect. So it's difficult to kind of like, I don't want to say like defeat, but you just have the skill set to where, you're like, nah, that's not what that was, So now she's kind of in her own head. But I was thinking about the toxic variant of like just saying you right. Like if you was like, you right. You see how I handled that? You see how easy that is to say that
You know what's messed up?
Twisted. Yeah.
I've done that before. I've definitely done that. I think, but like,
I'm sorry.
I'm like,
you see how easy it is to apologize?
Because my thing was just like, and it's just truth though. It's just like, you see how easy it is, like, to admit,
like, okay.
to either admit fault. That literally deads the discussion. There's no argument.
Yeah.
I could if I would have did what you did, then we would be arguing for the next 25 minutes.
Right.
But instead I go, you know what? This is not worth an argument, and you're actually right. So I'm not going to.
Yeah.
What am I going to fight you on? That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what Keon's saying too. It's just like if and I think that women do this a lot more because, like I said, they have a lot of stuff bottled up, and then they they're thinking about many different things that they can't control. But it's just like, yo, if y'all just said what it was at that moment, there'll be way less arguments, way less just issues that men will have in their relationships. It's like we want shit done now. So be like, yo, you didn't do this. Okay, cool. Nagging to most men is just like taking out the trash.
And that's not even a nag, because if the shit's full, okay, I'll take it out.
I'm annoyed by it, but it's not necessarily it's a nag. I'd be annoyed, but it's just like, but I don't get mad at you. I just be like, all right, I'm annoyed at myself for not taking this mess out earlier.
Like, just tell, like, I'm
but
like,
just say it.
It's so much easier to just tell me, and then it's done.
Yeah.
If women just start thinking about sex more, and I don't know how you got to do it, sexualize men more, ogle, is it ogle or ogle?
I thought it was oogle.
Ogle?
Ogle.
Ogle, whatever you got to do at a nigga package, whatever. Just think about sex more, and you will be.
But also too, I was gonna say even back to the thing about sex thing more. Sometimes it ain't like, even with the head thing or even like, do something freaky for your dude. Like I said, it's not about you. Do that for him. You know what I'm saying? There's times where I would just be like, yo, knock something out for my lady, do something for her real good in that department, and then she's like, nah. And I don't want nothing from you. That was for you to just have a good ass day now. 100%. Go ahead. I'm good.
And
I'm straight.
I struggle with that. I struggle with the idea of, am I supposed to be happy, or am I supposed to be the provider of happiness as the role of a man?
You're supposed to be happy, but I think society says what you just said about, like, you're supposed to be the provider of happy. That's why it's happy wife, happy life type shit.
Right.
And what I had to do just kind of just like, you just got to be in there and survive. It's like that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, but I think there has to be a deeper discussion probably with your lady and being like, look, these are the things that make me happy, and I would appreciate if we both start working on these things to make each other happy, because I want to be happy also. Not saying that I'm not happy, but being like, yo, try to do some of these things for me sometimes without me having to ask, or like whatever the case may be.
It just seems, but I just think, full fault, I just think there's just a natural negligence upon women once she gets her dude.
I agree.
It's just a natural negligence.
Yeah, I agree.
But because I've heard Cotty talk with their friends about it, and they were like, yeah, I don't know what happens once you get you're comfortable. It's just like, I don't
gotta do shit.
This is my buddy now. Like, and it's just like, no, nigga.
And TikTok's not the end all be all, but I remember this girl, she did a TikTok about she said exactly that. When women get married, what is it about us that we just kind of like be like, well, I don't, kind of cut stuff off. And then like the thread was just like hundreds of, like, thousands of comments, responsive videos, and every woman was saying the same thing, like, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like, I don't
they're
care.
Like, this is my buddy.
Maybe
or
it's
just
all
whatever.
those years of trying.
Trying what?
Because the goal was to get married. I did it.
Yeah, I achieved my goal.
They didn't set another goal.
They didn't set another goal.
They didn't set another goal.
So you're saying that women set a goal to get married, but they never set a goal to stay married.
Stay married and just keep getting, like, I mean, shit. And I'm still in this. I'm still in this from Dame Dash's thing when he was talking to Steven Jackson, and he was like, what's your I know he said that for no reason. I was like, but he goes, what's your dream? He was like, to be successful. He's like, you already did that. You need a new dream.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes, you can apply that to relationships. Okay, my goal was to be married. Okay, what's your next goal?
Yeah,
to be a good wife. Okay, what's your next goal? So to build, all right, what's your next? Like, it should be constant. Like, even in our careers,
reinventing yourself.
Yeah, our careers is the same way. Like, okay, I wanted to be on TV. Oh, did that. I want to be in the commercial. Did that. Okay, well, I want to headline. Did that. So like, you're constantly moving to the next thing. And I think in relationships, people be like, they don't
have that mindset.
The relationship is like, well, we did it. We had kids and we got married. Well, what's next?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
What's next?
No, we don't really ever know what's next, because that's when the Disney movies end.
Right.
That's real. That's real.
It's like, okay, they're married and they live happily ever after. Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah. Right. And we never see the happily ever after.
They don't. There needs to be a Disney movie with this nigga stressed. He ain't did the dishes.
Yes.
He done got fat. She done fell out. There needs to be a Disney movie about.
What they doing now?
It should be called. It should be called After Happily Ever After. And it should just be the real shit of like what happens, and
then he starts dying, and she's just like, oh
yeah, she's nurturing.
That's a good point, though. There isn't nothing that says now what. There isn't any.
Dude,
none of that.
Man.
Yeah.
I was like, is my mama enjoying watching this nigga die?
Hilarious.
It's funny, but it might be just now feeling like she's worthy again of like her role.
Yes.
Because it's like I think that is true with a lot of women. It's just like, yo, I can't even necessarily, or they might feel like they can't be feminine, even though a man wants you to be feminine to them. It's like they can't assume their natural, nurturing, feminine role until this person's vulnerable. That's why you see when like women would be like, yeah, but when you get sick, you're a big baby, and I got to take care of you.
And they like that shit.
And they love that mess.
Oh,
yeah.
Nigga. And then op, nigga. A nigga and op.
See, even with that, I'll be like, she'd be like, you good? I'm like, I'm gonna pop a couple of these vitamin C's.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
you ain't good.
Nigga, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see that I ain't good.
Like the way we handled our COVID was different. She was like, my back. I was like, nigga, we old. Like, that shit happened. Like,
my bad.
No, same though. Same. She's like,
I
think you may be sick. I'm like, no, I'm good. My nose is just running. I'm straight.
But yeah, man.
No, it makes sense. It all makes sense. A couple gems in that one, guys.
Yo, a few
It's going
gems.
kind of slow. Then we picked it up.
We got some we got some clippables in there.
I don't even remember what we were talking about at the beginning.
Yeah.
We were talking about like Instagram and like, pictures and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that shit's dumb.
A lot of clippable
We're
stuff.
above that. All right, so this is next Saturday. All right, so y'all, I will be at LA Comedy Club in Vegas from April 24th through May 1st. So come at, you got all them chances to come. And then after that, I will be in Biloxi, Mississippi with Raheem Devon doing a show. And then after that, Bay Area, I'm coming home. Me and Gary. I'm gonna have to
cancel that because I'm gonna be crying to my girls.
Taking that L.
So me and Gary, we're coming to back home to the Bay, do a show, just one show Friday, one show Saturday at Gigi's in Brentwood. So I did it there versus Tommy's because nigga, we live in Antioch. It's just easier for everybody to get there versus Tommy's.
Yeah.
And plus, the money's better. So come to that, and then that's it for me coming up.
Me, I don't know, I forgot what day exactly what is it, but I know the 28th, April 28th to the 30th, I'll be in Oklahoma City with actually Tony. Right now, he's saying ticket sales are ashy, y'all. So that means y'all need to get that lotion.
Feet.
Yeah, ashier than Gary's feet right now, man. So get them tickets because it's looking like it's going to be the worst city right now in ticket sale wise. So, and we don't want to empty in that bitch. So show your asses up, man, if y'all in Oklahoma City, man.
Bomb that motherfucker.
Oh, come on, bro.
Cut that. You can cut that.
It's not it's not Tulsa. It's
You can cut that.
Oklahoma City.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
because remember there was the Oklahoma City bomber.
Oklahoma City bomber too. Yeah,
was
Tulsa was a massacre, black one. Yeah.
Oklahoma City be fucking up. That's what it goes. Oklahoma be wildin'.
Fucking up.
Be wildin'. Where you at?
I
Nothing?
wonder what the red. Nah, I
Hey, with you?
Oh yeah. All right. All right.
I
Well.
don't even know I had shit till like the day before.
All right. Well then, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Oh, I feel